Hello everyone and welcome back to Svenywhere, and I will give you now the best tips what you should do when you are in Barcelona. And if you haven't seen my previous videos, I will explain them more about the stuff what you can do in Barcelona. But let's start off first. When you are in Barcelona, the first thing that you will notice is Gaudi. Gaudi was a famous architect. He unfortunately died during a tram accident. He was responsible for the construction of the Sagrada Familia. So when you're in Barcelona, you can't miss the Sagrada Familia. I think it was the best place we visited during our trip, which is surprisingly because we don't like churches at all, but it was a very impressive place to visit. And then the other place that he didn't construct, but he renovated completely, was Casa Batlló. Casa Batlló, it shows you how well Gaudi thought about how to decorate a house. Everything is inspired of nature. The whole house is about the sea, about the waves. Things refer to the fishes, about the ventilation system. And the room where you walk through, and there were slices in the wall that let the light through. It was inspired about the fish as well. And the windows in the staircase, it seems as you're on a waterworld. It's just very well done as an architect. And Casa Batlló, when you're there, book your tickets in advance. And this is for all the places in Barcelona. You can book your tickets online in advance and it will save you some money, but also some time to get in. And for all the people like us, we don't want to be forced to be somewhere at a certain time during our trip. We want to be flexible. So even when you're on the location, you can still book it on your phone. Book your tickets online, because we try to book it here in front of the ticket office. You pay 29 euros when you book it at the ticket office. But if you book it online and you get the confirmation immediately on your phone, so you can do it while you're here, you will pay 25 euros for exactly the same. And from Casa Batlló we'll move to Casa Milà, this time completely constructed by Gaudi. And we are lucky that the building is still there, because the rooftop is too big. Officially, at that time when it was constructed, it didn't meet the law requirements for Barcelona city centre and it should have been demolished. However, they paid a fine and the government was happy about the building, so luckily enough the building is still there. And what's so impressive about Gaudi is, while we're walking to Sagrada Familia, is that how he used nature just as an inspiration to build his building. On top there are the chimneys, and also in Casa Batlló they're decorated with a crown, but here they represent four elements: earth, fire and water and wind. And then when you're standing inside in the patio and you look up, the pillars are inspired from the trunks of the tree, and the staircase is covered by a kind of insect that's flying over the staircase. And when you're inside, it will give you a good insight how Gaudi constructed all those places, with the background, how he came up with the ideas, and it's just a fabulous place to be. So that's number 3 on the list. And while we are in the Gaudi element anyway, there are 2 more places that you can visit in Barcelona that are related to Gaudi, and that's Casa Vicens. Casa Vicens is the first building that Gaudi constructed. It's the first place. It's a summer house for the Familia Vicens. It was way bigger at that time. The garden was way bigger, but now it's in the city center. It just opened 1-2 years ago, and it's a fabulous place to discover the first construction of Gaudi. And then, of course, there's also Park Guell. Very nicely designed staircases with salamanders, some snakes, some water coming out of the dragon. And originally Guell and Gaudi, they had in mind to make this an estate for very well-rich people, with 63 houses on the estate. And now the monumental area is the area where you have to pay, but if you become there before opening time or after closing time, it's free to visit because the barriers are gone, but then it's dark. So I will recommend you to visit there during daytime and book a ticket in advance. It isn't the best place personally to visit for Gaudi, but I can imagine that you would love the place because it is a lovely park. And from there, when we're talking about architecture anyway, because Barcelona is a great place to visit when you love architecture, is Hospital Sant La Paula La Cruz. Started in the 19th century, but history goes all the way back till the year 1400, when they needed a hospital in Spain to take care of the people. And in that time it was even free for the public to visit this hospital. One thing to keep in mind when we're talking here about all those things where you can do in Barcelona is that Barcelona isn't cheap. All those things you have to pay entrance fee, and it starts from €10 each. With Sagrada Familia was even €24 for us with an audio guide. So if you add all those things on top of each other, and yeah, you have to visit them because they're all worth visiting, you will notice it will add up a bit. So keep that in mind when you're in Barcelona. And moving from all the architecture, you will end up with eating tapas. Of course, when you're in Barcelona, you have to eat tapas. It's maybe not official in that area. There are better areas in Spain where you can eat tapas, but still, man, they're good. And we had loads of them. And when you have a full belly, you enjoyed your food, there is a labyrinth maze, a park where you can get lost in a labyrinth. This will be fun because the game will be my girlfriend is going to find the exit. And she can't even find an exit in a restaurant. Yesterday we were in a restaurant. She went to the toilet, she couldn't even find our table back anymore. This will be funny to see how long it takes us to get out of that maze. Okay, that was not the center, that was another dead end. Which is fair enough. Oh, you need to cross that pool again. It's a dead end again. It's dead end number 4. This mud pool crossing. Will this bring us to the exit or not? Or to a dead end? I'm proud of you, you brought this out. There's also a magic fountain show. The fountain goes really high, and with the lights it's really beautiful. The shows for the magical fountain, if you want to know, are going on every Thursday, Friday and Saturday, so they're only 3 days a week. And the first one is at 9 o'clock in the evening, and there's a second one at 9:30 p.m. And from the Magic Fountain show, there on top of the hill, there is a castle which gives you a good viewpoint over the city center. We got off the bus just one stop before the castle because the castle is closed at 8 p.m. But we wanted to see the view over the port where we walked up to a parking lot. But instead, this path behind me, that was our shortcut back down. So if you're here, you can also just climb the hill up directly. There are a lot of mountain bikers around, runners, so everyone is doing the same. I think paths here in Barcelona doesn't really matter. And of course, there's the beach side as well, Barceloneta Beach. And we discovered that Barceloneta Beach is a very, very nice area. A lot of things are going on. People are doing workout, people are drinking, people are eating, people are enjoying the sunset. Some people are brave enough to jump into the very cold ocean or sea. And then finally, there's the Gothic area in the center where you will find nice small roads that you can discover the city center. And there's a market as well, Mercat de Boqueria, which is a half touristy, half local market, I would say. There are some locals who are doing the shopping there, and you go get some good food. And as mentioned before, here is one very good tip for you when you're there. And when you go to the toilet, a practical tip, keep your receipt. Because if you show your receipt at the toilet is free. And I saw when we were standing there, loads of people didn't even realize that you could enter the toilet for free as well. So keep that in mind when you're there. When you buy something, keep your receipt. It's close to Barcelona Cathedral. There's another local market on the other side as well. There's the best churros place to explore in this area. Well, as you can see, Barcelona has just loads of things for you to offer. So I hope you will enjoy your time in Barcelona. I hope those tips are helpful for you. For my next video, I'm going to hike in Munich. Very excited for that. And as always, hit that like button, smash the subscribe button, and I hope to see you in the next video.